there's a reason why they did this. They saw Sam last year. They know Sam. They see him in the meeting rooms. They saw him all around. They saw him in off-season workout. They saw him. They worked out with him in OTAs. And I understand it was a very negligible amount of draft capital that they sent for Baker. But they're bringing on a quarterback that they're paying about $8 million of his salary. And once that happens, and you do that, you're not just going to bench him and say you're going to have a quarterback competition, and then we're going to have that quarterback competition won by the guy who didn't get totally, in his mind, screwed over by his franchise. Last year, they started Sam Darnold against the Jets. Kind of worked out. That's what you want to use him for.
Worked out first 3 weeks.
It sure did. Baker Mayfield, they're taking on the Browns. What are you going to do, start Sam Darnold? That's what I was saying.
I mean, if he's better.
But you got him for a reason. You sense he's going to be better. And as long as he's not appreciably worse, you're going to start him.
Right.
Today they announced it's Baker Mayfield's gig, week 1 against the Browns. That's going to be great. As we all know, it's Jacoby Brissett getting the start for the Browns because of everything that went on with Deshaun Watson. I don't know, this just in case you're somehow new here. I don't think you are, but in case you are. I've kind of been very critical of Deshaun Watson and the Browns. Quite a bit.
They deserve it.
But here's one to root for in Cleveland. Guy was terrific this weekend, and I guess, again, I know it is preseason action, but he looked great. Slinging it, running it. And I'm rooting for him. And this is a guy to root for. Brissett, for one, yes. But the backup is Josh Dobbs. God, do I love this kid. In case you're unfamiliar, and if you are, you definitely didn't go to UT. He's a Tennessee quarterback, okay? And while he was at Tennessee, he majored in aerospace engineering. He was the 2017 Torchbearer Award winner that recognizes outstanding contributions in academics and in the community. Drafted in the 4th round by the Steelers in 2017, and he hardly got out there. As we know, Big Ben was the guy, right? And then when they drafted Mason Rudolph in 2019, they sent him to Jacksonville. Pittsburgh did, after Nick Foles broke his clavicle. And then even though Nick Foles broke his clavicle, Josh Dobbs didn't see the field at all in Jacksonville. As we know, it was Gardner Minshew in place of Foles, who then got back in there and didn't play a single game in Jacksonville. Only played in 5 games when he was in Pittsburgh. And then he was re-signed by Pittsburgh in 2021 and then put on IR. So he hasn't seen the field in forever and a day. And while he was in Jacksonville, though, he had an internship at the Kennedy Space Center. Neck up, neck down, the whole thing. Good people. Josh Dobbs is good people. And I understand the Browns have gotten hit hard by many, including me, for not focusing on good people at that position. Josh Dobbs is that. Man, I'm rooting for him. And I know that might mean something befalls Jacoby Brissett. I'm not rooting against Jacoby Brissett. I think it's a great opportunity for him. I think Jacoby Brissett, if he can just go, 5-6, 6-5 in the 11 games?
Just keep things afloat.
That's
man.
it.
Yeah, keep it afloat.
Because Deshaun Watson is not going to forget how to play football. That's for sure. And then you'll find out exactly why the Browns did what they did, in case you need a reminder. Josh Dobbs, man, one to root for. I've met him. I just think the world of him. And watching him, did you see him run away from the Eagles defense yesterday?
Hey, he's nice.
Yeah.
Ran one in, too.
Did his best Earl Campbell impression.
It was great. I mean, somebody was tearing at his jersey, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it'll be Brissett versus Baker Mayfield. And one of the interesting aspects of this matchup, too, Andrew Brandt, as only he can, the old school capologist of the Green Bay Packers, tweeted this one out. In the opening game between Cleveland and Carolina, the Browns are paying the starting quarterbacks a combined $15 million. They're starting Jacoby Brissett, who they're paying $4.5 million this year, and the Panthers Baker Mayfield, who the Browns are paying $10.5 million this year. So the Panthers quarterback is making more than twice the Browns starting quarterback, and the Browns are paying them both. Twice as much than the Browns quarterback just from what the Browns are paying Baker Mayfield alone. Obviously, there's going to be more on the table for him. And then we'll just see what Baker does there, man.
I think we're going to see a lot what we've seen from Baker since he's been in the league. There's going to be a lot of wild plays. The ball's going to fly out of his hand. He's probably going to get banged up a few times. He might even miss a couple games. There's going to be some dumb throws and some bad turnovers.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's the Baker Mayfield experience.
He's not only playing for his future, not just maybe in Carolina, but in other places, but I think his coaches too. I think Matt Rule's got an owner that is demanding, not like other owners are wallflowers, but I think McCaffrey's got to stay healthy, and DJ Moore's got to continue being the DJ Moore that we have seen. Is it Robbie or Rob? Is it, I forget, what are you calling him now? Anderson? Robbie with a Y or an IE?
I think he changed the way we spelled
but we spelled it still. I mean, we got to see more from him. Okay. And then that Carolina defense to try and make some hay, because nobody's talking about anybody else in that division. Nobody in that division is expected to come out to make the playoffs. But we'll see if Carolina could do that with Baker. Won't that be interesting?